Okay, good morning. We'll take that presentation today. Again, there are 12 students submitted their proposals to the LMS, the relevant Dropbox. We'll take one by one. And yes, I invite all students to come to the online, and then I know that you are ready for the presentation. Even though that you have submitted that your documents, please come to the online. Then I will contact you whenever the time is available. First, we will take that Vijayandrani. Vijayandrani, are you ready for the presentation? Number 35.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vijayandrani. Number 35. Okay, now you can start. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My research topic is to study the impact of an enterprise resource planning system on the accounting process in public sector organizations in Sri Lanka. Nowadays, with the increased competition, organizations search for new ways to survive and succeed. Information technology offers many tools for companies to do their businesses effectively and efficiently. ERPS is one of the latest computer tools developed for managing information in organizations. ERPS are highly used in private sector organizations. In the recent past, we can see public sector organizations are also interested in implementing ERPS on accounting processes. So I am interested to carry on a research which would address the impact of implementing on ERPS on accounting process of a public sector organization in Sri Lanka. Under this topic, I try to answer following research questions. First one is, what was the accounting practice in prior and after the implementation of ERPS? And the second one is, how the roles of the accountants change after the implementation of ERPS. And the third one is, what are the benefits and challenges of ERPS? To study this issue, I have selected case analysis method. Purposive sampling is used to select a research site. A single case organization is selected, and accordingly the research site is Ceylon Petroleum Corporation. This organization has been introduced SAP implementation as an ERPS. Sample of 50 informants can be selected using purposive sampling. Semi-structured interviews and document search can be used as the data collection method. Interviews are used as primary data collection method, and document search used as the secondary collection method. After the data collection, it has to prepare this data in a form where it could be analyzed. All the recorded interviews can be transcribed word to word, and information can be derived from the document. At the first place, the collected data can be categorized according to the themes developed based on the conceptual framework. To identify the impact of implementation on accounting process, there are two areas to study.
Okay, now, Vijayandrani, yes,
Yes, sir.
now when clear about that your topic and the research problem, your research topic is now impact of enterprise resources planning system on accounting process of public organizations of Sri Lanka.
Yes, sir.
But later on you have mentioned here there is a case study, therefore that only for the one organization you take as a sample, therefore you have to put in within brackets even in the within brackets, you have to say is a case study
Case study analysis.
analysis based
Uh,
on the Petroleum Corporation of Sri Lanka, because otherwise that the
okay,
all
sir.
that cannot be applied for the all public organizations of Sri Lanka. Therefore, please write in
Okay,
within
sir.
brackets like this. And also now
Uh,
impact of enterprise resources planning system. Then you said that what is the problem of that particular organization selecting that particular organization? Is there any problem of accounting
uh,
process?
no, it is an organization that recently developed an ERPS. That is SAP implementation. I want to study the impact of whether there are benefits or uh, and the challenges of ERPS. I want to
Okay, now
study
yes,
all
now
this.
it is obvious now for the manual accounting or any other accounting system has been implemented previously in the Petroleum Corporation. Everyone knows that otherwise that they cannot prepare the financial
Yeah,
statement. No, everyone knows that
yeah.
is now
I want to study.
yeah
I
whether
want to study
why that
Thay.
this planning ERP system introduced to the business, this particular organization, therefore it is obvious now that there should be some problems in the previous system. There,
Previous system. Yeah.
yeah, then now you have to find out the reason or by going through the reports of the previous before implementing this particular ERP system to the particular
Yes.
organization. There may be some reports submitted by the consultants or any other commissions or the particular the accountant of that particular organization. Therefore, now there should
Yes,
be
sir.
some objectives is has to be uh, introduced by before introducing this ERP system to the Petroleum Corporation. Otherwise, they don't provide that information or just not provide. Okay.
Yes, sir.
There may be
Yes,
some
sir.
objectives or and previously there may be some weaknesses in the previous system. Therefore,
Yes.
now you have to put forward and put into your proposal, say that previous organization, previous system weaknesses, previous system weaknesses and
Yes, sir.
the new system objectives. Okay? New system
Yes, sir.
objectives, what
Okay,
they
sir.
are going to achieve.
Yes.
Okay? You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then after
Yes,
that,
sir.
you see whether that objectives have been achieved after 2 3 years when it is introduced to the organization.
In 2008.
2008. Now 7 years already gone. Now you can check whether that objectives have been achieved or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then that should be that your the research objective. Your research objective is to
Yes,
see
sir.
whether that ERP planning system introduced to the Petroleum Corporation in 2008, they are they successfully achieved their objectives or not. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, that
Okay,
you
sir.
cannot check that impact of ERP system to the accounting process of the organization. Yes, that is also you can check because you want to see whether that is the efficiently handled now. To check whether by
Yes,
going
sir.
through that they are objectives. Otherwise, that you cannot check. No, you cannot assess.
Yes, sir.
Then previously you have to identify the weaknesses, then identify the objectives of the new system, and later on you have to see whether that is achieved or not. The objectives have been
Yes,
achieved or
sir.
not. There is a very simple one. Then the methodology.
Yes.
Then the methodology. Yes. Then your research questions are, yeah, how the role of accountants change after implementation ERP in public. Uh, Now, public, not for public sector organization, everywhere you have to use the word Petroleum Corporation in
Ceylon
Sri Lanka.
Petroleum.
Yeah. Are there benefits and challenges for ERP? No. Are there benefits and challenges? No. Everyone knows there are benefits of the ERP sector in Sri Lanka. You have to introduce that objective because that is introduced in 2008. At the time of introducing the 2008, there are some objectives or benefits have been introduced. Therefore, don't check again and again to see the benefits of the ERP. Everyone knows the benefit. Therefore, one is that after the implementation, the accountants change uh, role of accountants change, and whether that objectives of the ERP system have been achieved. That is one objective. One objective
Okay,
and
sir.
research question is whether it is achieved or not. Okay. Then third one is
Okay,
the
sir.
impact of ERP process for the efficiency of the uh, accounting process of Ceylon Petroleum Corporation. Okay. Then
Okay,
what is
sir.
the methodology?
I have select case description analysis because it's a qualitative research.
Okay. Then
Um, then by semi-structured interviews and document search, I have
how many people
collected
you select the sample?
data. 50.
50. Is that accounting
Yes.
department all from the accounting department or any other?
Uh, from accounting department,
All
accounting and
account.
finance.
How many people in the accounting department? Petrol. There are a lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how do you check that? What are the variables you check to see whether the ERP system?
Um, there are two areas to study. One is
Yes.
changes in accounting practices,
Okay.
and the other one is changes in role of accountants.
Role of accountant.
Um, yes, sir.
Okay. Then what are the variables? What variables you check to take the first one?
Uh,
What is your first main variable?
change, changes in accounting practices.
Changes in accounting practices. What aspect you check? What aspect? What
Uh,
criteria you check?
i-
Assess.
Improvements in existing methods and adoption of more advanced methods.
No. Yeah, this is the overall. I, what areas you check? Then you have to select the adoption or any other. These are overall the objectives. Now, what areas you go and check? Now, you want to check whether that particular person has been changed or not. Then, what areas you check that their face, that their haircut, the dress code, and they are now
Uh,
previously they used that slippers, now use that shoes. That are the variables. Then that, for
oh,
example, now not for the accounting process, but I check if
yes.
I want to see whether that the particular person has been changed of introducing something, then I want to check whether their haircut is changed, whether their dress is changed, whether they are the walking style is changed, whether they use that the slippers and shoes, or these are the variables. Then what type of variables you check to see whether that accounting system has been changed or not? That's why I asked my question.
Uh, what are the information systems used by the organization prior to the implementation and after the implementation?
Okay.
What are the reasons for implementation of ERPS? And why did the organization select SAP implementation as ERPS? And those are the things I searched for.
Then did you find all these
Hello.
articles 2002, 3, 5, Grand Lord, Malmi? What are these? Is these articles available? Articles relates to what?
Articles relates to ERPS systems.
Okay, now you the main then can you see that your
And
proposal in the screen now?
no, sir.
You cannot see that the screens.
No, sir.
No.
It's not clear actually.
Okay, now you have mentioned that ERP impact on the accounting practice, ERP impact on the role of accountant, benefits and challenges. These are the
Yes, sir.
three variables.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now under that each
Yes, sir.
variable, main variables, you want what are the ERP impact on accountant practice? Then
Yes, sir.
what criteria you see? In what the variables mean? What area you check for impact on accounting practice?
Mm,
Now you go to the petroleum corporation and you want to see that accounting practice has been improved or not. Then how do you ask
yes, sir.
question? I am an accountant. Please ask one question from me. I am
Uh,
corporation
why
accountant.
did you why did you select why did you select the SAP system among other ERPs?
No. You cannot ask now. Why did you? Because I introduced my answer is Petroleum Corporation. I am not the accountant of 2008. I assumed duties in 2014 after changing that government. Therefore, I don't know how the people introduce the accounting system to the Petroleum Corporation in 2008. If you want, you go to the documents and find out. That is my answer. Now, what is the second answer? Second question from you. Therefore, your
What are the
question is
functions
wrong.
done under the
That's why I
uh,
asked that. This is the real situation when you go to the Petroleum Corporation. This is not a correct answer,
yes, sir.
because if you ask the question why you introduce ERP system, you would have asked this question in 2008, not 2017.
Yes, sir.
You clear that? Yeah, I am accountant. Then ask the second
Yes, sir.
question. You
Uh,
cannot ask that why, because that why is available in the document as objectives. Why you ask again that question from me? You want
yes,
to see whether that objective has been achieved or not. Then what areas you check? Your document is clear, I know that. I don't know whether that you found that all these documents, all these articles, if not, yes, you go through, but everything is clear, but you have to answer this question clearly. Okay, now how do you check that accounting process have been, that is called a compliance test. Compliance test. Because without
Yeah.
doing the compliance, are you an accountant? Are you an
No, sir.
accountant or somewhere?
No, sir.
No. Have you heard the word compliance test?
No.
No, no. Compliance test means that once someone has introduced something, say that one
Yes, sir.
accountant said that here, I have introduced that internal control system to the Petroleum Corporation or some organization. This is the process. It is available in the document. And you take one by one and go to the particular organization and see whether that particular variables or particular the process in the documents has been introduced by the organization by asking question or by assessing each and every variables without asking the vague questions. Okay, that is called the compliance
Okay,
test.
sir.
Now you should do the compliance test
Yes.
and see whether that they have the Petroleum Corporation introduced and going on the ERP system efficiently. Then what are the questions you ask?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now second question. What is the second question?
Mm.
It's related to the impact of accounting practices. You
Uh,
want to see whether that accounting practices has been introduced by the Petroleum Corporation is good or bad.
are there any accounting functions which put into practice after the implementation of ERPS?
Yeah, then you cannot ask this type of question from the organization. You have to identify the variables one by one. The accounting functions. How do you check
Yes.
that accounting functions efficiently run process? Then you have to find out the variables. What are the variables to check whether the
Yes, sir.
accounting practices have been introduced by the Petroleum Corporation? Which areas you check? These are called the methodology. That is called the methodology part.
Yes, sir.
Then what areas in the accounting?
Mm. Actually, I didn't know about the accounting.
No, no, no,
I
no,
didn't
no need accounting.
search for that.
No need accounting. Then you went through these articles, no? You went through, if
Yes, sir.
you really went through this article, you would have knowledge of how the conceptual framework, because that
ERPS.
conceptual framework is
Yes, sir.
much important in this type of domain. For example, now accounting on the impact on the accounting practice, you want to see one is that in the accounting process, start with that source document to the ledger,
Yes.
ledger to the financial statements to the uh, interpretation of the financial statement. There are four parts: source document, ledger, preparation of financial statement, and interpretation. Then you take that first part, take that source document. Previously, source
Yes.
document, where they process that source document. It may be the day books, it may be the files. Now, how they do? The second one is the ledger.
Yes.
The previously they did manual recording of the ledger. Now they did the ERP system. They introduced that
ERPS.
the accounting software by using the ledger, by recording
Yes.
the transaction by using the software. Then how efficiently they did? The previously they have taken the manual accounting, they have taken to record the transaction 2-3 days. Now within 1 minute they record. How that efficiently? You can ask that type of question from. Therefore, now for the accounting practice, you have to divide into three categories: source document,
Yes,
ledger,
sir.
preparation of financial statement, preparation of the internal management accounting reports, preparation of interpretation of the transaction, ratio analysis, or so on. These are the functions of accounting practice.
Yes, sir.
Then you want to see each and every part, see whether they efficiently handle, and compare with that previous objective of introducing the ERP system. You see whether the ERP, the objective has been achieved or not. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Okay, sir.
otherwise, that by reading or just putting that all into vague sentences, not clear understanding the other parts, other parties.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Therefore, you can take that all
Okay, sir.
information from somewhere, but what is your target? How do you do? Is that the very important thing. Then go to the second question: ERP impact the
Yes, sir.
role of accounting, role of accountants. Then which role? Change of role,
Yes,
accounting job definition, change the way of routine work. Okay. Then you have to check that
sir.
role of accountant and benefits and challenges. That part you have to mention that type of variables and clear. Then it should be much important. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then
Okay, sir.
you have to again improve that conceptual framework clearly. But you did lot of work.
Yes, sir.
Did you find all these articles?
Uh, yes, sir. From the library, actually.
Which library?
I am from Central Bank.
Okay.
There are a lot of research articles there.
Okay. Okay. Then
Okay, sir.
develop that the conceptual framework, and again rewrite the questions and the objective of your research. Okay. Then
Okay, sir.
it should be the very good research proposal. Otherwise, that when don't copy and paste. Don't copy and paste. You will be in trouble, because that if you
Yes.
can reach the article, everyone can reach all these articles. Therefore, don't copy and paste. You will be in trouble
Yes, sir.
to take the degree. Nowadays, if you,
Yes, sir.
the very simple thing is, if you reach these articles, everyone can reach it without without any problems. Therefore, take that the other researchers' work. It doesn't matter. It is allowed. But by taking that other researchers' the ideas, you have to develop your own conceptual framework. That is the missing part of your the proposal.
Yes, sir.
You rewrite again. I just mentioned, rewrite the research question. As I mentioned, now it is clear, and your objective of research
Yes.
and conceptual framework according to my guidelines. Okay, thank you very much. The other
Okay,
part
sir.
is okay.
Thank
Very
you,
good.
sir.
Thank you. Okay, next one. Please, number 9. Number 9 is Sirivardhana, A.R. Sirivardhana. Are you ready for the presentation? Miss Sirivardhana.
My number is 14, sir. Shall I do next?
Number
14, sir.
14. Number 14, PKTP Adiratnam.
Yes, sir.
Wait 1 minute. trade-off between liquidity and profitability of commercial banks in Sri Lanka. Is that correct? Your one?
Yes.
Okay, you
Yes,
can
sir.
start now.
Yes, sir. I wish to study on the relationship between liquidity and profitability of the commercial banks in Sri Lanka. According to Dayananda 2008, the liquidity and profitability goals are contradictory to each other. Therefore, the firms with higher liquidity may have low risk and then low profitability. Conversely, firms that has low liquidity may face high risk, resulting in a higher return. Therefore, a firm is required to maintain a balance between liquidity and profitability in its operations. Presently, there is a rival competition among banking and institutions in the country. They adopt various means and ways to increase their profitability. But however, too much attention on profitability may lead to a firm into a pitfall by diluting their liquidity portion of the organization. The research objectives are to identify the nature and extent of the relationship between liquidity and profitability, to find out the factors other than the liquidity influencing on profitability, to provide appropriate recommendations for liquidity management. Research problem, banks are responsible for managing an ideal liquidity position to measure the liquidity risk while wealth maximization of the stakeholders. Higher the liquidity, the investments will be lower, so as the profitability. Poor working capital management may lead to survival problems. However, presently the banking environment has been changed rapidly with innovations, technological improvements, etc. There are many avenues for banks to increase its profit level. In this scenario, I wish to, the research questions are the liquidity impact of profitability and compare the impact of profitability and liquidity in selected banks.
Okay,
The
now,
methodology. Yes, sir.
what is your first name?
Tushani, sir.
Tushan.
Yes, sir.
Tushani, now, you are, the topic is liquidity and profitability of commercial banks in Sri Lanka.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no need to trade off between liquidity and profitability of commercial banks in Sri Lanka. Everyone knows, it is very clear.
Okay.
First, you have to say that your objective is, now, your objective is one, you see that, can you see that your document in the screen?
Yes, sir.
Now, the objective of study are as follows: to identify the nature and extent of relationship between liquidity and profitability. It is clear, no? No need to nature and extent, but when you are writing the research proposal, don't use unnecessary words. Don't use
Okay.
unnecessary word to identify the relationship between liquidity and profitability. It is clear, no? When you are using the unnecessary word, you may be in trouble at last. You want to see the nature. How do you check the nature? Someone will ask the question. How do you check the extent? Then someone will ask. Oh, otherwise you identify the relationship between identified and liquidity and profitability. Everyone knows how to check the relationship. The nature and extent. When you use the word, that finally you have to achieve this nature and extent. Therefore, don't use that unnecessary words. Your one objective is identify the relationship between liquidity and profitability. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Here. Now, the second one, to find out the factors other than liquidity influence on profitability. Your research objective is to identify the liquidity and profitability, but the other objective is find out the factors other than liquidity. To find out the factors other than liquidity is not this research objective. This research objective is to see whether liquidity and profitability. Therefore, don't go beyond that the research objectives. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Other than liquidity means that you have to do another research. You ask your friend to do another research find out the factors other than liquidity influence the profitability. That is
Okay,
not
sir.
your research. Your research is how impact the liquidity to the profitability. Therefore, delete this second objective.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Third one,
Okay.
provide appropriate recommendation for liquidity management. Okay, this is general. Therefore, you have only two objectives. One is the relation between liquidity and profitability. Or otherwise, that you can put that some other objective, the nature and extent of the liquidity of the commercial bank in Sri Lanka. One objective is to identify the nature of the liquidity. Okay, the last 5
Okay, sir.
years,
Okay,
and
sir.
profitability of the last 5 years of the commercial bank. Another objective. The third objective is to identify the relationship between that and this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Therefore, don't go beyond your research limit. No one can do it. You can do the research work very simply within your framework. Your framework is liquidity and profitability. That's all. Therefore, delete this. The other recommendation is not the objective. Therefore, that one also you have to delete. Therefore,
Okay.
your three objectives are: one is to identify the liquidity, second is to identify the profitability, third one is to identify the relationship between liquidity and profitability. Very simple.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now go to the research problem. Now go to the research problem. What is your research problem? Research problem is not that how does the profitability measure, how does the liquidity measure, how does the liquidity impact profitability, how does the compare the impact of selected bank. These are not research question. How does the profitability measure is your problem? No. How does the profitability measure? You go to the textbook and find out. How does the profitability measure? It is not your problem. How does the liquidity measure? You go to the textbook and find out. Am I correct?
Okay, sir.
Then what is your problem? What is your research question?
Question is to identify the relationship between profitability and liquidity in the commercial banks of Sri Lanka.
To identify the how whether there is a relationship between liquidity and profitability of commercial banks in Sri Lanka. Very simple one question.
Okay, sir.
Then how does the profitability measure is not a problem. There are a lot of answers for that particular question. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now go to the conceptual framework. Liquidity is one part. Liquidity is independent variables. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Profitability is dependent variables.
Depend.
Okay. Now, how do you measure liquidity?
I'll take do the ratio analysis of the commercial
Current
banks.
ratio, quick ratio, and liquidity ratio.
Yes.
To measure the liquidity, these are the common ratios. I know that, but in the banks, there are a lot of accepted methodology. This is also correct, not incorrect. Current ratio, quick ratio, and liquidity ratio. The banks, especially NPL, non-performing loan ratio,
Okay, sir.
and that is also called the delinquency ratio. And by going through that, what is called, there are the accepted methodology in addition to these three for the bank.
Okay.
These three are very common to the whole organization. Current, quick, and liquidity is very common to liquidity measurements. But particular bank, you can find lot of variables available. Basel 3 and Camel methodology. They are especially for the banks. Therefore, you have to take that the particular methodology, especially for the banks.
Okay.
That methodology assess the liquidity of the commercial banks. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then take that the methodology. There are a lot of methodologies. I just remember only two, three, and check the liquidity. Then go to the profitability. How do you check the profitability? Which methodology used profitability?
The ratios of, I'll take the ratios of return on assets, return on equity, and net profit ratio.
Then three ratios.
Yes, sir.
Then finally, how do you check the profitability? If ROE is higher, ROE is lower, or NP ratio is lower, how do you check that overall profitability of that particular organization? That is the common error. When you take that three methodology for three variables for assess that dependent variables, which one is your conclusion? For example, now I see that you may find RO is 19% or 20%. ROE is 15%. NP ratio is 40%. Which one you take as final conclusion?
In that case, I'll take return on assets because banks sometimes they have different scales.
Then return on asset. You take the finally return on asset, but you just mentioned the conceptual framework, two other variables.
Yes, sir.
Just like the children, no. Ar podi lamai sellang karna kota ganno. Badu deka ganno ekai sellang karan. You play only with one, but you take that all materials to just show you that you have toys. Just like that, no. Don't take one toy and play it. Okay? Otherwise, you may be in trouble finally. I know that. Or otherwise, you cannot. Now you go to the hypothesis, you may find that what I say. Now you see that your hypothesis, now it is clear now, my wordings. There is a significant negative relationship between current ratio and net profit. Now, current ratio and net profit. Current ratio is independent variable, dependent variable ROA. Then second one is there is a negative relation between current ratio and return on asset. Current ratio and return on assets. Okay. There is a negative relation between current ratio, return on equity. There is a negative relation current ratio, net profit margin. Net profit margin. The quick ratio and asset. Quick ratio and return on equity. There is a significant relation between state bank and private bank liquidity and profitability rate. Net profit margin, return on asset, return on equity. Current ratio, quick ratio. Current ratio and return on asset. Current ratio and return on equity. Current ratio and net profit. Okay, that part is correct. And quick ratio and net profit margin, quick ratio and ROA, quick ratio and ROE, and liquidity ratio, finally, liquidity ratio and ROA. There is no hypothesis like that. No.
Yes.
3:3.
Yes.
NCR 3:T. How many hypotheses has to be developed?
9.
That should be 9 hypotheses should be developed separately. But you developed only 6. One part is already missing. Liquidity ratio is missing. Okay. Now finally you say there is a significant relationship between state bank, private bank in liquidity and profitability trade-off. Now you see that how do you check the last one, 7th one? Tell me.
Because for my samples, I'll take state banks and private banks both.
Okay, no. I asked that. I know that state bank and private banks. How do you check the now liquidity? Now you have 6 hypothesis developed separately, and 7th one is overall liquidity. How do you check overall liquidity? You check that current ratio, quick ratio, liquidity ratio.
Yes.
All are called the liquidity. All are called the
Yes.
liquidity. Categorize. First category is liquidity, and to check the liquidity, you assess the three ratios. Now, seventh hypothesis you say liquidity and profitability. That liquidity is not liquidity ratio. That is called the liquidity. This category. How do you value the category? Tell me that. You argue with me now. This is your proposal, not my one.
With considering all the ratios.
With considering all ratios and get now you say that current ratio is 1, quick ratio is 2, liquid ratio is 3, then 1, 2, 3, then
Yes.
1, 2, 3, then 3 figures.
Yes.
Okay, now 3 figures and the other part another 3. Then liquidity is what? You have 3 figures. Which one is your liquidity? Is that average of these 3? Therefore, you cannot assess the 7th hypothesis. 7th hypothesis, the liquidity and profitability. Then what do you mean by the profitability? Again, the profitability is 3 figures. Profitability is 3 figures. Because you just write something, but you cannot do. But now you see that how do you measure? How do you measure the relationship? Which methodology you use? Simple regression or what statistical technique you use for check the liquidity and profitability?
One is time series analysis, because I want to check over the years how the same institutions have changed the relationship, whether there is a change in this relationship. And apart from that, I'll also take the correlation and regression analysis.
Correlation and regression, simple correlation and regression analysis. You have 3 dependent variables. The which one you take?
Yes.
You ignore that ROE and NP ratio. Okay, now you have to redevelop the hypothesis. Okay, if you take the profitability one variable, delete that others.
Okay, sir.
Or if you take the 3 variables, you cannot use that simple regression. And now you see that now you have hypothesis. One is current ratio and net profit. Then you can develop 9 hypotheses like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 9 hypotheses. Then you just check that 9 hypotheses and you may be in trouble because that you always say that negative relationship, negative, negative, 9 negative.
Yes.
When analyzing that sometimes that you may find, if you find that all negative, all 3, current ratio with all 3 negative, it is clear. Current ratio with 2 negative, 1 positive. And again, quick ratio, 2 positive, 1 negative. Then you cannot get that conclusion. You understand? Sometimes you don't know what is happening, but I have in my mind, you cannot take the decision, final decision. Final conclusion is not clear.
Yes,
You
sir.
cannot take the decision, I know. According to this, you have to develop 9 hypotheses. Out of 9 hypotheses, when you take the one category, 2 negative, 1 positive. Again, second category, 2 positive, 1 negative. Then you cannot take the decision.
Yes, yes.
Then to overcome that type of problem, the researchers may do that he can do it, but you delete that. If you check that the simple regression, just ignore that other two parts. Take that ROA as
Okay.
the profitability. That is very
Okay, sir.
simple. Then current ratio and ROA, quick ratio and ROA, liquid ratio and ROA. 3
Okay, sir.
hypotheses.
3 hypotheses.
But as I said, you must be very much concerned about the liquidity. Therefore, take some more liquidity
More
variables.
ratios.
You
Okay, sir.
go to the Camel methodology, and there are 42, I think, 42 variables are available to check that liquidity of the commercial bank. Then take that many variables. When you go to
Okay,
the
sir.
Basel guidelines, there are many variables available for identify the liquidity. Take that. Then many variables
Okay, sir.
under the independent, it doesn't matter. 42 variables, it
Okay.
doesn't matter. Categorize into
Okay.
3 or 4, and only the ROA. Then you can
Okay,
take
sir.
that final decision very clearly whether the liquidity and profitability, is there any relationship between liquidity and profitability. Not only the regression, not only the correlation, you can do that regression analysis. Impact.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, that is the missing part of the research methodology. Data will be collected, this and that, okay. Sample is okay. Mode of analysis is the problem. Mode of analysis is profitability will be measured by, then again, you see that what I said is clear now. Profitability will be
Yes.
measured by ROA, ROE, net profit. What is the profitability? Profitability means one word. Then how do you check? By analyzing these 3 figures, how do you say that profitability is high or bad, high or low? You need one figure as
Only
profitability.
one variable, sir.
Liquidity can be measured ratio or quick and some more, and see whether that's a relationship between the profitability. And you have not mentioned which statistical techniques you use. Mention here the which statistical techniques.
Okay, sir.
Okay, clear?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sir. Clear understand.
okay. Now incorporate these my suggestions, and finally present your document at the end of this February month. Then after that,
Okay,
you
sir.
can submit your documents to the examination purpose.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, clear.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And again, you'd see now a lot of comments I can give you today. There are a lot of mistakes. But even for the other student, now follow my guidelines. If I say something wrong, the weaknesses, please adjust your document accordingly. Otherwise, when you present, say that, yes, I got that idea, therefore I am going to change now. Okay, now, next one, number 9 is ready now?
Yes, sir. Ready, sir.
Yes, now it is very much
Hello?
clear. Very much clear now.
Okay, sir.
Number 9.
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Okay, number 9, where is number 9? Sirivardhan.
Yes, sir.
Influence of working environment on employee productivity in People's Bank. Am I correct?
Yes.
Is that your
Yes,
one?
sir. Yes, sir. My one.
Okay. What is your Sirivasan? What is your first name?
Arunika Rupasinghe Sirivardhana.
Arunika. I say as Arunika.
You call me as Aruni, sir.
Aruni. Ah, okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, Aruni. Start.
Okay. My research topic is the influence of working environment on employee productivity in People's Bank. I have selected this topic because employees are playing a significant role in a company, especially when achieving organization objectives. It is very much important to have the strong labor community. So always we have to focus on the employee performance if we want to achieve our company objectives. So here I have specifically selected the banking sector because banking sector is playing a vital role in the economy and almost all the people like to work in banks. But it's not secret that almost all the workers in the bank is full of stress and pressure. So I have selected a specific bank, that's People's Bank. I think it's the best bank to select because it has the highest recognition in Sri Lanka as a banker. So my research problem would be to find out how employees' productivity can be developed by improving the working environment around them. And as my research question, I have selected my main objective of this research would be to find out the research relationship between the working environment and the productivity of employees. And my other objectives would be find out the influence of physical working conditions on job satisfaction, find out how far the supervisor support contribute towards employee performance, to check the effect of office design on employee performance, and find out the impact of motivation on employee performance.
Okay, now
My
it is
research-
clear, Aruni. Now
Yes, sir.
your topic is clear. Can you see that your document in the screen?
Yes, I can see, sir.
Yeah, influence of working environment on working environment. One is that employees working environment, one part.
Yes.
The other part is the productivity in employee productivity. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you select the after selecting a topic, working environment and employee productivity, in your all
Yeah.
research everywhere, the proposal and the research, you should use the same words. Same words.
Okay.
You cannot
Okay.
change the words then and here and there. Sometimes you may use the employee performance, sometimes may use efficiency, sometimes may use productivity. No, you cannot use.
Yes.
You have to define first what is employee productivity, and everywhere you should use the same words. If I
Okay,
say
sir.
you, I found that when you go to your objectives, you have changed the words productivity to performance. Productivity is different from employee performance. Employee
Yes,
productivity
sir.
is different from employee performance. Sometimes you
Yes,
may
sir.
not concern, you may not aware of that the difference of three words, two words. Therefore, please use that one word that is called employee productivity. Now using
Okay, sir.
employee performance. Employee performance. Performance is different from productivity. Therefore, use that one word, the employee productivity. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, the main objective is clear, working environment and the productivity of employees. Find out the,
Yes, sir.
okay, the second one is working condition of job satisfaction. Okay, find out how far the supervisor support contribute the working employee productivity. It should be productivity. To check out the
Yes.
effect of office design and employee performance. To find out, don't use the check. Check is not good word for the researchers. Check is good for the auditors to assess, to find out is the word the researcher may use. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Employee instead of performance, everywhere you use productivity. Then go to the
Right, sir.
questions.
Yes. My
Okay.
research questions.
Okay, continue.
My research questions are, sir, how working environment will help to increase the employee productivity, how motivation will increase the employee performance, how does supervisor
Don't use the
support
performance, even
will
though
affect the
performance word is
employees' productivity, and how office design affect the employees' productivity.
productivity. Okay. Okay.
So as the
Okay, then now go to the conceptual
dependent
framework.
variables, right. Conceptual framework, independent and dependent variables I have shown separately. So my independence variables would be office building space, office layout, workplace design, light intensity, temperature, and as the behavioral component, work environment, the absence of noise, supervisor support, work interactive, and motivation. And performance would be dependent variable performance would be measured based on the availability, productivity, competence, and responsiveness.
But to improve that
Research
okay, Aruni, now you to improve your the conceptual framework, little bit confused to me. That means that it is confused to everyone. Now the independent variables are clear: physical component
Yes,
environment, behavioral component and environment, uh, clear. Now
yes,
the dependent variables is the productivity of the employees.
yes, sir.
Now the productivity can be measured
Through availability,
through availability, competence and
productivity.
responsiveness. These are the variables of productivity. No any other methodology you may use for checking out the to assess the productivity. Am I correct? That's why that not clear about, because that
Yes, I consider
your final destination is the productivity,
yes, sir.
employees productivity,
Yes.
employees productivity. Then how do you assess that productivity?
Through availability, productivity, competence, and responsiveness.
Yes, then you take as the variables under productivity. It is clear. Then everyone can understand.
All right.
Okay. Then these layouts are available, then productivity will increase. That's why you
Yes.
say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then competence, their productivity will increase. Responsiveness,
Yeah.
productivity will increase. Or do you measure any other, or do you use that any other measurement to check the productivity? No.
No, sir. From those 4 variables, I'm going to check the productivity.
Because normally now is clear, but in my understanding, productivity is something called input-output ratio. Productivity is normally by measurement is input-output ratio.
But sir, here I'm going to go from the qualitative aspects.
Yeah, qualitative aspect, you cannot change that productivity definition, no. Everywhere,
Yeah.
everyone knows the productivity call in the maximum benefits of maximum inputs. Input output ratio, very simply say. That without input output ratios, uh, in availability and responsiveness, how do you say that their productivity is increase or decrease? That's my argument. Normally, we may say that employees' productivity will increase by by we measure by input and output ratio. Previously, input and output ratio is 1. Now, input and output ratio is 2. Then their productivity is increased. That is the normal methodology apply in everywhere. That's why that my
Yeah.
argument.
Here's a as productivity. I thought like to find out how far their targets have been met. Like in
No. Very simply, I say now for the physical component work environment. You see, building space is there, office layout is there, workplace design is there, light intensity is there, temperature is there in our
yeah.
People's Bank of the Calania branch. Now, every day I go there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, how do I say that now their employees' productivity will increase? Now, you may say that your argument is office, if that office space is there, layout is very clear, flowers are there, perfumes are there, very nice, AC, the temperature, everything is perfect. Now, how do you say that productivity will increase or not? Yeah, very simply, I say.
So now, here as sample, I have taken the People's Bank head office. So can I check that before this? Now they are doing several changes in their physical working environments.
Okay.
So can I check before their target, how far they have achieved their targets before these changes happened, and after that, how's their financial performance?
Yeah. Now you got the idea. Thank you very much. That's why I say that without comparing the productivity, if you have measurement to productivity, find out the productivity, it is very much clear. Otherwise, that everything is there, but we cannot say the productivity will increase or decrease.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Or otherwise, that you have to change that productivity name, the word. Productivity is everyone knows how to measure the productivity. Now, for example, profitability. If someone say the profitability increase, everyone knows that how to measure the profitability by using the ROA or ROE or profit ratio or something like that. Something like whereas that productivity will measure input output ratio. Ratios are available. Then without taking that the ratios, you may say that productivity will increase. No one will believe your words.
Yeah.
Then, oh yes, now you may say, now before introducing that this layout, the previously within 1 hour period, then the productivity ratio. Within 1 hour period, they all call the in banking, it is called the waiting time ratio. Have you heard the word? Are you working in the bank?
No, sir, no.
No, normally banking measures the customer's working time, lead time. Then how they enter to the bank, within 5 minutes they do the bank service to the customer within 5 minutes. They go. Then after introducing this the environment, within 1 minute or within 2 minutes, if they leave by achieving their targets or by achieving their objectives, then productivity will increase. That is the way.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you may say that everything is perfect. Now the workers are sleeping because the temperature is very good, AC is good. Now at 10:30, then they all are sleeping. They watch the cricket match and see whether without caring the customer, because that previously the TV is not there. They are not. They concentrate on customers. Now TV is there. Now they are watching how many wickets, how many runs in Sri Lankan team. Then productivity will decrease. These are the examples I will just say. Okay. Therefore, now that independent part is clear. You go to the other part, productivity. How do you measure the productivity? Is the important thing. Okay?
Right, sir.
Okay? You understand?
Yes, sir.
You see, otherwise that even though that environment factors are there, we cannot assume that productivity increase or decrease.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You concentrate on that
Yes, sir.
and redesign that dependent variables. And if you think that you can use that employee performance word, but everywhere you use that employee performance.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now the main problem is the how to measure the performance, how to measure the productivity. Otherwise, there's no validity of your research. Rethink about that part. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Number. Tell me that
Hello.
your number.
Sir, I'm Vitan again.
Vitan
Number
again, you are
28.
presented, no?
Number 28, sir.
Number 28.
28.
Okay. Is that your document? Impact of capital structure
Yes,
and risk management to the profitability of listed commercial banks in Sri Lanka.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You start with Anagi.
Yeah, sir, actually I presented earlier, so you asked me to do some modification, so I completed my proposal and again I am going to submit it now. Actually the capital structure.
Don't again and again present. You just say that what I suggested.
Yes, sir. Actually in the conceptual framework, sir, as the independent variable, I have debt to equity ratio and debt to total fund ratio. So you asked me to put some other independent variable. So I put accordingly the determinants of risk management, and also you asked me to reduce that dependent variable. Earlier I have taken so many dependent variable. As you mentioned earlier, I have to there may be a conflict because I have to run a multiple regression if I put.
Yes.
Yes, sir. If I put so many dependent variable, I have to run that multiple regression. That's why you said me to apply only one dependent variable. Accordingly, I have taken that return on asset as the dependent variable.
Okay, good. Now it is clear.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
Yeah, submit it to the final draft proposal.
Thank you.
Dropbox.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? What is your
Yes,
number?
sir.
And tell me your name.
15. 15, I'm Deepani Soundaralingam.
Swarnalata. Deepani. Yes.
Yeah.
Deepani. Start.
My research proposal is the impact of the inventory management practices on performance of the firm.
Okay, continue.
Inventory management has a significant effect on organizational productivity. There is inventories are vital to the successful functioning of manufacturing and retailing organizations. They may consist of raw material, work in progress, spare parts, consumables, and finished goods. It is not necessary that an organization has all those inventory clauses, but whatever may be the inventory items, they need to efficient management as a generally. Substantial share of its fund is invested in them.
as well as different department within the same organization adopt different attitude towards the inventory. This is mainly because the functions performed by a department influence the department's motivation. For example, the sales department might desire large stock in reserve to meet vitally every demand that comes. The production department similarly would ask for stocks of material so that the production systems run uninterrupted. On the other hand, the finance department would always argue for a minimum investment in stocks so that funds could use elsewhere for other better purpose. As well as inventory represents an important decision vital at all stages of product manufacturing,
What is your research
distribution.
question? Tell me the research question.
Research question is problems I have mentioned as problems of inventory management and control have been around for the very research question is there any relationship between inventory management and organizational performance? That is means productivity, profitability, and effectiveness.
Now again, did you follow that previous the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is my guidelines? I have mentioned that very important one. It is apply for you too. Which one? Did you remember?
When we mention in one word in our topic,
very good, very
has
good,
to
very
be
good student, good student. Don't tell now. Yeah, that's okay. Now you see that one question, organization effectiveness. The second, organization productivity. Third one, organization profitability. And your research says, the topic says organizational performance. Now you understand, no? Okay, now
yes,
correct it.
I got the point. Yeah.
Don't use that 2-3 word. Productivity different from profitability, profitability is different from effectiveness.
Yeah.
Okay. Only use one word, otherwise you may be in trouble. Okay. Then your research question is what is the relationship between inventory management and organization? Which one you want to use? Profitability or productivity?
Profitability can use, sir. Profitability.
Inventory management and organization profitability.
Profitability.
And second one is inventory management and then the same, no?
Organization.
Third one is inventory management correlated with organization profitability. Same one, no? There's no. The objective is examine the nature of relationship between inventory management and organization profitability to determine the effect of inventory management and organization profitability. Correlation, no. You have only one objective, relation between this and that. That's all. No?
Okay.
What is your conceptual framework? No framework.
Conceptual framework.
What is your independent variable? Dependent variables. Independent variables are organization. No, this is wrong, no. Your independent variables, what are they?
Organization's efficiency or effectiveness and profitability.
This is dependent variables. Efficiency. or effectiveness or profitability.
Dependent variable.
Efficiency
Independent
depend
variable.
on inventory management procedure or inventory management depend on efficiency? Inventory management procedure depend on efficiency depend on inventory
Inventory
management procedure.
management
Then it is
procedures.
wrong. No? It is wrong. Inventory management procedure, the efficiency depend on inventory management procedures. Then dependent variable is efficiency. Independent variables are independent inventory management
Inventory
procedures.
management procedures.
Then I don't know why you use the efficiency, effectiveness, profitability. No, wrong. Take one. One is the profitability variable. Delete other one. Don't submit like this. You may fail your examination. That's why I ask you to submit, present your document before.
Okay.
Okay, now the completely wrong hypothesis because I ask you to represent at the end. Now we cannot correct everything. Therefore, I just put the mark uh, number 15, Swarnalata, resubmit, represent. Take the date from the embassy office and represent.
Okay, sir.
Okay. There are a lot of errors. Now we'll take that 5 minutes break and sharply I will start at 5 minutes. After that, who are going to present?
Sir, my number is 29. Can I present?
20?
9.
29.
VNA Kumarasiri.
Kumarasiri, you have already presented previously.
Yeah, yeah, I presented and with your
Yeah,
comments I
ask you to
have.
represent. Okay, now
Yes, sir.
we'll take 5 minute break, have a tea and come back, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
In the put in the no. చూడు పోతా ఎందుకు బా అమ్మికి వాళ్ళని బా
Okay, come back.
కుతా గండిపా తీయన్నకు కుతా ఓటికి తీయన్నకు
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now we are ready.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Putra, camera dealing.
కుతాట లెక్చర్స్ నేని కుతా ఎందుకు
Okay, okay. Now you can start. Your number is
పా
number
కుతానిపా
29, sir.
29.
కుతాడి
Kumarasiri. What is your first name?
Yes, sir. Nimasha.
Vimasha.
Nimasha, yeah.
Nimasha. Okay, Nimasha. Now start.
Okay. My topic is factors influence on the performance of microfinance companies in Sri Lanka.
මොකද කරන්නේ
Hello.
දෙන්න
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Microfinance is considered as a viable tool to reduce poverty while serving the poorest people in the
No,
country
just
as well as the
jump
world.
to the objective.
Okay. Objective is to identify whether the operating expenses ratio, write-off ratio, cost to borrow ratio, leverage, that is debt to equity ratio, influence on the performance, that is profitability and sustainability of microfinance companies.
Yeah, again now are you going to check the profitability or sustainability? Very
I am
different
considering
words,
the
different assessment you need to use. Which one you use, sustainability or profitability?
profitability, sir. That is return on assets.
Then completely delete the word sustainability, because sustainability is different from profitability and profitability is different from performance.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you take the performance, you take as profitability. No, use the one word everywhere. Every time I use to assess the profitability of the microfinance institution. That is your objective. Don't write that operating expenses, write-off ratio, cost of labor, other things. No need.
Okay.
Assess the performance of microfinance institutions in Sri Lanka. This is the conceptual framework.
Yes, sir. In the conceptual framework, I use as the operating expenses ratio, write-off ratio, cost per borrower ratio, debt to equity ratio as independent variables, and the return on asset ratio is the dependent variable.
Okay, good. Okay, clear. That's enough. That's enough. Because you have presented previously too that I suggested some thing to incorporate, some factors to be incorporated. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
So
now
you
it's
wanted
good.
me to change the conceptual. Yes.
Okay. Now it's good now. Fine. You submit to the final draft. Because that all, if I say that please submit to the final draft proposal. Final draft proposal Dropbox will be available at the end of this month. You can submit it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, my number is 13, sir.
Number 13.
Yes, sir. Hey, again. Yes, sir.
Hewage.
Yes, sir.
Number 13. Yes, Hewage. Yes, you can start.
Yes, so my topic is forecasting creditworthiness of individual borrowers who request personal loans from the government commercial banks. Uh, my research is to study, will summarize the loan evaluation method known as a credit scoring. Credit scoring is a technique that helps the banks decide whether to grant the credit to applicant who applied them or not. The main objective of the research is to evaluate the credit risks in the government commercial bank of Sri Lanka using credit scoring model. The requirement of the credit scoring model by the government commercial bank of Sri Lanka to assess the credit worthiness of the individual is described below. A credit scoring model is developed to call as a
Okay,
credit
wait 1
scoring.
minute, Devagi. Now,
Yes, sir.
the research topic, when I read the research topic, forecasting creditworthiness of individual borrowers who request personal loans from government commercial bank in Sri Lanka.
Bank.
That is very long,
sir.
too long. Who request personal loans, but to reduce that, we don't use this type of proposal, this type of topic to the research proposal. Then
Okay, so I'll short it.
instead of saying that who requests personal loan, forecasting, no need forecasting. Forecasting is not a research. Creditworthiness of borrowers. You delete that word. Forecasting, delete.
Okay, sir.
Delete. Then develop that. Develop. Creditworthiness of.
Okay, sir.
Then
Creditworthiness of
you come with me. Yes.
Okay, sir. Actually, I want to evaluate the credit scoring model used by the banks to evaluate the personal loans.
Yeah,
that is my
that
ultimate
should be
objective,
creditworthiness of borrowers.
Yes, sir. Creditworthiness of borrowers, personal loan borrowers, actually, not all borrowers.
Creditworthiness of personal
loan borrowers from government commercial bank of Sri Lanka.
Government.
Especially, I am focusing on Bank of Ceylon and People's Bank.
Then you use that creditworthiness of personal loan borrowers from government commercial banks in Sri Lanka. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir.
It's clear. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the problem?
The problem is
now they use the credit scoring model.
Yes. The problem is what is the creditworthiness of the individual borrower requesting banks for the personal loans. Sir?
Did they use that
first one is
scoring models? Any models they use?
Yes, sir. At present, the credit scoring model is using by those two banks, sir.
Okay. Then you have to evaluate that model.
Yes. I have. I suggest what are the areas that
suggestion is different. Suggestion is different. Suggestion comes to outcome of your research. What you are going to do?
Okay, sir. Yeah, that is outcome. I'm evaluating the present. Present scoring model, sir.
Model. Then you may say that now CSMI model available in the commercial bank, available in the Bank of Ceylon and People's Bank is not good.
I think, sir, it is need to be further improved, sir.
Yeah, but you cannot say that you think. But do you have any evidence that it is wrong?
Sir, my perception is that there is an increasing trend in the non-performing loans in the personal loans.
Very good point. Then you have to produce information saying that non-performing personal loans is very high.
Yes, sir.
That means that your CSMI model is wrong.
I think it is to be improved, sir.
Not you think. By producing that your evidence, you say that. Don't say that I think. By producing your model, by producing your evidence, you confirm that the CSMI model is something weak. There are some weaknesses in the CSMI model. Therefore, your objective is to evaluate the
scoring model, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is your objective now? Tell me.
My objective is to develop the effective credit scoring
Not
model.
develop that model is that your outcome. That is wrong. No. What
Yeah,
is your
yes, sir.
your research objective? What? Research objective. What you are going to do?
Yes, its objectives test the effectiveness of the credit scoring model, sir.
Ah, yes. Not develop. Develop is
Okay, sir.
something.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
that
wrong,
is
no, sir?
outcome.
Okay,
Then
sir. Okay.
your second objective may be the development effective credit scoring model.
Okay, sir. Second objective.
First one is identify the weaknesses or evaluate that existing the credit scoring model in People's Bank and
Okay, sir.
Bank of Ceylon.
Bank of Ceylon, sir.
Okay. Do you think that model applied by these banks now?
Okay, sir.
Is there any accepted model in the other countries?
Exactly, I didn't find that, sir.
Yeah, now you need to find
I
out.
have to check it, sir. I have to check it, sir.
Benchmark for this type of model. Then
So I have to find it, so I'll note it down.
Yeah, you take that model benchmark and see whether that benchmark criteria, right? Benchmark criteria have been applied in Bank of Ceylon
Yes,
model.
Ceylon and okay, sir. Okay. I have
So
to find it.
otherwise, that you may go to the other commercial bank, the HNB or the Ceylon Bank, and compare with that model and this model.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you can reach that the data, that problem is that whether
Yes, I can reach that data because I work in at Bank of Ceylon, sir.
No, Bank of Ceylon data I know that you can take. I want to know whether that you can reach the data for the other commercial bank. Then you can compare with their model and your model.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Suggest that very good model. That is the work.
Okay, sir.
That is, but I don't know whether that you can reach that the data for the commercial bank. If you can, very good research.
Sir, I can, sir.
Yeah, you try to do it. Okay, now your
Yes, sir.
research question. What is the now research question is? You develop.
Question
It is not a question now. You have to redevelop now.
Okay, sir. I will do.
No, tell me that now.
Okay, sir. Evaluate the effectiveness of the credit scoring model. First one, first question is that.
Good.
The second thing is the develop the credit scoring best credit scoring model for the individual borrowers for those two banks, sir.
Okay, now these objectives, no?
Yes, sir.
You cannot. The question should be only one question. One
Okay,
question is to the evaluate
the credit scoring present credit scoring models used by those two banks.
Okay. Literature review is okay. Now go to the conceptual framework.
Okay, sir.
16 credit scoring model in the most. Okay, tell me that.
Dependent variable is credit scoring. Independent, there are 16. Yeah, there are 16 variables presently used by those two banks.
Okay. Is there any index they prepare the model, or you are going to?
No, at present there are 16 variables.
Okay.
Okay.
You re-evaluate that variable?
Yes.
Okay,
sir.
Analysis tool?
Analysis tool is the descriptive statistic software. So I use that software to analyze the performance.
No. Please look again. Go to the. You cannot say that descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics means there are maybe 100 tools under the descriptive statistics. I don't know some statistic tools. You may know. That's why you say that descriptive statistics.
Okay, sir.
Descriptive statistics means there are a lot of tools available in
lot of tools are
SPSS 17. Therefore, you have to mention exactly which one you use. Okay? You go
Okay, sir. Okay,
again.
okay.
You
Okay,
go
sir.
again and find out whether which one is suitable for your research.
Sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, sir.
Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, next one. Is there any student? Kodituaku? Number 18.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Hello,
Your
sir.
number?
18.
Number 18. Yeah, very good. You are online. What is your first name?
Nadisha Padituapu.
Nadisha.
Yes, sir.
Nadisha. I call as Nadisha. Okay, now you can start.
Okay.
Number 15.
Number 18, sir.
Number 18, yes, sorry. Effect of public debt stock on Sri Lankan economic growth. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Effect of public debt stock on Sri Lankan economic growth. Okay, start.
So my objective is I wanted to decide, analyze the behavior of public debt in last 5 decades, and through this identify the effect for the Sri Lankan economic growth. My research questions are, first one, whether there is the impact of public debt stock on Sri Lankan economic growth. And second one, whether there is the relationship between the public debt and Sri Lankan macroeconomic factors.
What is your question?
Whether there is the impact of public debt stock on Sri Lankan economic growth.
Okay.
Second one, whether there is the relationship between the public debt and Sri Lankan macroeconomic factors.
No. Macro, so relation between public debt and Sri Lankan. There is no two research question on this topic. Your topic is the public effect of public debt stock and Sri Lankan economic growth. Yeah. Now,
Yes.
Now research question is whether there is an impact of public debt stock on Sri Lankan economic growth. That's all.
Okay, sir.
I don't know why you take that another question. That question is different. Public debt stock and Sri Lankan economic growth. And public debt. Okay, you continue. No need the second one.
The reason for select this topic because this is the debatable topic in the last few months in Sri Lanka, and further Sri Lankan debt level has substantially increased during the past decade, and Sri Lanka was one of the highest indebted nations in the South Asia region. That's why I have selected this topic.
Okay.
Uh, sample. Sample. I have selected data from 159 to 2015, and my independent variable is public debt stock. Hello, sir.
Then economic growth is the dependent variable, not dependent variable, dependent variable. Dependent variable is economic growth rate.
Hello.
You have only one independent variable and five dependent variables. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Then what are your hypotheses? I don't know. Debt value affected the economic growth rate, debt value not affected the economic growth, debt value affected the investment. Then why at the topic you use only public debt stock and economic growth rate? But now you take that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sir, because I wanted to study what's the relationship between the public debt stock and macroeconomics factors.
Then your topic should be that, no? Then your topic should be like that. But your topic says public debt stock and Sri Lankan economic growth. But instead of Sri Lankan economic growth, you may change this one. It is very easy, no? How that public debt stock affect the what?
Macroeconomic factors.
Macroeconomic factors or something like that. But you may say that Sri Lankan economic growth, but later on you take some more. But you use that one word for all dependent variables, then it is easy. I don't know which, there are 5 variables. For 5 variables, you cannot say economic growth rate. That should be some other, what do you say? Macroeconomic variables.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you change that your topic.
Okay, sir.
Macroeconomic variables and public debt stock in Sri Lanka.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now your hypotheses are, hypothesis SIS means simple, SES is plural. Debt value affected the economic growth rate, debt value not affected the economic growth rate. Okay, now how do you measure public debt stock? You can measure. Then which one, how many years you take?
So, from since 1959.
Oh, 1959.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to take that Nobel Prize? Public debt stock from 1959. Okay. Now economic growth rate from 1959. Okay.
Yes.
Gross domestic production.
All the 1959.
All from 1959. All
Yes.
19. No, it is better. Now I know that this the data is available from 1959 to 2016. Now there is no validity of doing that by taking that all this and see whether that there is a relationship. Nowadays you have to take that by collecting all data, take one sample or analyze that government wise 5 years. Now all are talking about nowadays, all are criticizing that public debt, economic growth rate, Chinese investments, Japanese investment, Indian investment. Those are the criticism nowadays going on from after 2015. The new government changes their policies, nowadays criticizing. Now take that criticism as a research question and do a research. Then there is a validity. Oh, otherwise by taking the 1959 and 2000 from all 69, 49 years, 50 years, there is no validity. But take that the recent problem and analyze it. Because that we know that after 2000, that government takes loan from the private banks. Then that should be the main reasons you may find. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Oh, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Because that I have seen that nowadays, the 2-3 weeks ago, there's a conference here in Kelaniya University. One central bank governor came and presented that same type of presentation, public debt stock in 1959 to 2017, and now he is in the JICA for economic growth rate, service, national service, investment. But I know that data is available nowadays everywhere, because I have seen that all draft and everything. Therefore now, But it's very easy. You can take that same data set and presenting as a graph, and do you say that it is my research. No, it is no validity. No validity. You can do it, no validity. Therefore, take one instead of taking that all data from here and there, which one is suitable? You suggest me. You argue with me. Yes, Nadisha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me that what type of work that you have to do. Yes, suggest. Otherwise, that you cannot finish.
I can do the research like I can compare with the other countries.
Compare with?
Other countries.
No need. There is not a problem in Sri Lanka nowadays. Nowadays, all are criticizing what? Are you working at the central bank?
Public debt stock is going high, so they criticize it effect to the interest and other capital effect to the budget deficit and all those things.
Then do the analysis by the government wise, that if the new government come into the power, then their policy may be changed. Their finance policy. Based on the financial policy, you do a research.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And another thing is, now, how do you take the 1959 to 2017? All raw data you take, or which statistical techniques you use?
Secondary data I use.
Secondary data you use. Then you take the raw data, or you do some time series analysis?
Time series. I have done the regression analysis and regression analysis.
This and that regression analysis is not suitable. We cannot understand public debt and economic growth. Now, this data is available, freely available everywhere. I know that central bank reports are available. Are you working in the central bank? Where are you working?
Sir, I have Auto General's department.
Auto General department, you have reached that all data. I know that. 1959 to, you may find that all data set, I know. Don't worry. Don't take that data set and analysis is no meaning. No meaning. That take the analysis from 2000 to 2017 is enough. But take that their policy changes. Now, from 1991 to 2017, there may be some finance policy changes from each and every finance ministers, new governments. Then based on that, you analyze. Then you have a very good validity for your research, instead of just doing that 1959 data.
So I have analyzed that part also. Some facts is my draft report is there, but
Yes. You may.
My draft, I have uploaded it.
Where is it?
This is only presentation part. I have uploaded it to draft report.
Before submitting the draft report, you have to finalize that this suggestions, this proposal, otherwise that you cannot suggest. You are not allowed to submit the draft report before getting the consent from me. Otherwise that you may be in trouble. If you submit this final report to the final examination purpose, you cannot get that marks. They will say, no, this is wrong. Therefore, we cannot give full marks. Therefore, please listen to me first and incorporate my suggestions and resubmit, then you can get that very good marks. You may not be in trouble at the final presentation. That is my advice. Don't jump here and there. Just follow guidelines carefully and submit. That my suggestion is that you have to rearrange the wordings in the head, the topic, not only public debt stock and Sri Lankan economic growth. You have to change this thing according, and also that conceptual framework. You may say, now I am going to evaluate the government policies from 59 separately. Don't take that 1959. I think it is better to take from 2000 to 2017 and separate analysis from government to government, period to period. 1991 to 2000, there is one government. 2001 to 2005, one government. 2005 to 2014, another government, and 2014 to 2017. Likewise, there is a validity, and you can present that data as your analysis. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, clear? And you have to re-present, incorporating my suggestions, re-present, and before submitting the document. Please take that date and re-present at the end of February. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, anyone ready to submit?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm number 55, sir.
Number
Today
50.
morning, I'm able to drop my proposal into Dropbox, sir.
Number 55, you have not taken any appointment previously, therefore we need to take that others presentation. If you have any time, we can take, because you have not confirmed that you are going to submit today. Is that anyone, please? Number 51. Number 51, Mohasundaram.
Sir, I'm 61.
Number?
61, sir.
61, Kumaran. 51.
61, sir. 61.
61, you have not taken that appointment today. Not confirmed.
I have only
Number 60, Dasanayaka, no. Are you ready, Dasanayaka? Yes, she is ready. Because that every time I have mentioned several times, you have to get an appointment from the office. Because if you confirm that you are going to present today, then there is an appointment list. Otherwise, you may be in trouble. You just jump and say that now I am going to present. No. If you have time, that I will allow you to do it, the other student. Otherwise, first we'll take that those who have confirmed today. Yes. You are number 60. Dasanayaka. Yes. Your first name? Samurdhima. Yes. Number 60, Samurdhima. Yes. Okay. Start to the camera.
Topic is its impact of training and development on employee performance of the non-executive cadre of the public sector in Sri Lanka. I'm planning to do this with as a case study from Ceylon Electricity Board of Human resource management in today's environment has become a very vital aspect in many organizations.
Okay.
because companies, the environments have been very turbulent over the years, and there are many resources, but human resource is a readily available resource. Therefore, a lot of companies or in the recent years have invested a lot on training and development. So my area of study is in the public sector, because in the recent times, the public sector, the employee efficiency have been criticized by the society. And I have chosen Ceylon Electricity Board for this because Ceylon Electricity Board in the very recent time have been in the spotlight for many reasons, such as wastage, inefficiency, and corruption, those things. And also my study will be focusing mainly on the non-executive cadre of the public sector, because the non-executive cadre in Sri Lanka, as per the budget speech 2017, stands at 92% of the total public sector. And Sri Lanka has a large...
Okay, now your research question is there a relationship between training and development on employee performance at Ceylon Electricity Board? Yeah.
This is what I submitted, but in the previous assumptions also you said that to be specific the topic, so I will change it to the non-executive cadre at Ceylon.
Okay. Now, how do you measure? Just go to the conceptual framework. Training and development, job satisfaction, employee performance. But in your topic, you have training and development and employee performance. There's no mediating variable, job satisfaction. How do you assess that training and development variables? How do you independent variables? What is your variable?
Independent variable is training and development.
Yes.
Dependent variable is employee performance.
Okay. Then how do you check that training and development? How do you measure? How do you measure the employee performance?
Employee performance, so I have used this questionnaire which is taken from previous study, which will be handed over to the sample selected because this is a more qualitative employee performance aspect. It will be
What are the variables in that questionnaire?
It will be mostly on accuracy, speed, and cost.
Accuracy, speed, and cost. By taking that performance will be checked. May be checked. Yeah, otherwise that you cannot go and ask, you perform well or not. No, yes, I perform. Always that employee says that yes. No one says no. Then you have to check variables, accuracy, and okay, that factors you have to check. Is that performance and training, and like the training and development.
And use investment.
No, I don't know. That's why I asked. How do you check the training and development? If training and development cost is one factor, then what else? Okay, now the question is clear. Now you have to find out that how do you check that training and development. Employee performance is clear. You check that with different training and development, not only cost. You have to find out the variables. Otherwise, that you don't know the training and what is training and development. Sometimes that without incurring any cost, there are some training and development workshop, training and development, the advisors, or maybe lot of things. Then find out the training and development and find out the other things is Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And number 51, number 58, and number 72, they confirm that they are going to present. Dear student, is there any more student?
Sir, if you allow me, I
What
can
is
do
your
it, sir. Number 55, sir.
number 55? Now, yes, now you are allowed because that other students are absent. Therefore, we have enough time. Okay, number 55. Your name? Your name,
Sir,
please.
today, Tilini Singha Gosha.
Tilini.
Yes, sir.
Tilini. Okay, now you can start.
So my topic is, as an auditor, need for understanding on fraud risk and enhancement of fraud risk assessment. The financial frauds together with audit failures have been progressively a hot issue today. Failures to assess potential fraud risk will expose an organization to serious consequences. So this issue of fraud became very important for public accountants, including both internal and external auditors, as there is an increasing demand from the public.
What is your topic? Again, tell me the topic.
As an auditor, need for understanding on fraud risk and enhancement of fraud risk assessment.
Then is it a topic? No. Topic should be a sentence. Topics cannot be a, did you go through that the all guidelines? Topic is not a question. Topic is part sentence or part of the sentence. Okay, develop a sentence and tell me now.
Understanding on fraud risk and enhancement of fraud risk assessment.
No, enhancement of understanding is not a research. It is an outcome of the research. What is your objective?
My objectives are examine the effect of categorization of fraud risk factors along attitudes, opportunities and incentives on the accuracy of fraud risk assessment. That is one objective. Examine the impact of auditors' consideration of fraud risk attributes, namely significance, likelihood and pervasiveness.
Because I cannot understand because that you have not submitted the document, even I cannot go through. Did you submit that your document? No.
Yes, sir. Today morning
Today morning, no, you cannot take now. Okay, now the thing is that I will give you a chance for the next time. Please take an appointment and submit to the next Dropbox because that I don't have now the relevant document with me. And also now please follow that first before presenting your document. Whether please listen my guidelines and see whether that all my guidelines are followed by you in your document. One is that your topic, I feel that your topic is too long and topic should be part of sentence, small sentence, what you are going to do. Yeah, now the second one is the objective. Objective should be clear and very simple. Everyone can understand objective. Now you read very long sentence, no one can understand without a document even. Now then objective, then research question and objective should be the very much similar. Then jump to the conceptual framework and see whether do you have conceptual framework now?
Yes, sir.
What is your independent variables and dependent variable? Tell me.
My dependent variable is quality of fraud risk assessment.
Okay, quality of frauds.
Fraud
Okay.
risk assessment.
Independent.
And there are three dependent variables.
Okay.
Independent variables are opportunity, incentives, and attitudes. Those are the components of reasons for the frauds as per the fraud triangle.
Is that you are checking the quality of that? Quality of what? Fraud.
Fraud risk assessment.
Quality of frauds assessment.
Fraud. Yes, sir.
But it is not clear for me now, because it is better to resubmit next Dropbox and take. I will take you as a first chance, first student of the next day. That means the 12th. Okay. Before that, rearrange and clear about what you are going to do. Then we will discuss. We will discuss. There's a very good research. I think I feel that is a very good, but you have to improve some parts.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And
hello, sir.
Yes.
So I'm 61 HME.
60?
Can I do presentation?
60?
61, sir. 61.
61. Kumara.
Yes.
61 Kumara. Do you have? Yes, you have submitted. Impact of interest rate on the stock market index in Sri Lanka.
Oh, yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Start.
Okay, sir. The topic is impact of interest rate on the stock market in Sri Lanka. Yes, a significant for the industry, also for the investor. According to this, function of any is to play a role of in the industry and economy of the country. And also, we can found there are in the stock market on cash. According to my research, I have in my research problem is identify the impact of interest rate on the stock market index. Stock market index can give us the idea of the health of economy. There are many factors that the stock market index's performance, including monetary, how the interest rate has been used in the study. As independent variable interest rate. Also, in my research, I identified as objectives to find out the relationship between the interest rate and the movement of Columbus Stock Exchange to find out the intensity of the relationship. So the
okay, what is your conceptual framework? Tell me.
Conceptual frameworks relationship between rates. It means rate, event rate, and the performance of the market. When we can.
Yeah. What is the time framework?
Time frame. It means
time period, research time.
4 weeks.
What is 3 weeks? Time period.
Time period 10 years. Past 10 years.
Past 10 years.
Yes. As consist of 10%. 10%. 10%.
No. I asked time period is 10 years.
Yes. Past 10 years.
And what is the statistical method you use?
To find out the sample.
Now analyze the data 10 years. Which method you use?
Report CSC companies CSC report.
No, you are something wrong in your voice and the system.
Annual reports of the companies and report.
No, not annual report. I asked that statistical techniques. How do you analyze the data? Okay, your sound is not clear, therefore please check your sound and come back the next week. But before coming to the presentation, please double check your sound. Sound system is clear. You have to clear about your side. My side is okay now. Everything is perfect. I have taken that 5-6 presentations today. Therefore, I confirm my side that is clear. That problem is coming from your side. Therefore, please check your sound and microphone and please come back next time. Is there any student?
Yes, sir. I'm 58, sir. Hello, sir.
Number?
58, sir. 58.
58?
Yes, sir. 58, sir.
58.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, start.
Yes, sir. The evaluation of the relationship between working capital and firms' profitability in Sri Lanka companies. Working capital is necessary to understand the
Okay, now, no. I asked that very simple question that is very clear. What is your objective?
Yes, sir. Objective. I have written 4 objectives, sir. To find out the relationship working capital collection period and profitability of manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. Then the second one, to find out the relationship between the working capital payable collection period and profitability of manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. To find out the relationship between the working capital cash conversion cycle and profitability manufacturing company in Sri Lanka. Hello, sir.
Okay, continue.
Yes, sir. Then next objective, to find out the relationship between the working capital and inventory collection period and the profitability of manufacturing company in Sri Lanka.
Okay, now go to the conceptual framework, working capital management, debtors collection period, inventory collection period, payable collection period, cash conversion cycle. Profitability, how do you check the profitability? There's 2 independent variables.
Yeah, there are 2 independent variables. One is a return on asset and the next one is a return on equity.
Yeah. Then have you followed that my guidelines before presentations?
Yes, sir. I have read this. I read this guidelines, sir, and yeah, prepare this one, sir.
What I said? Dependent variables?
Yeah, dependent variable, there are 2 variables, sir, here.
Then by taking the 2 variables, how do you analyze the data? Are you going to check that, assess that simple regression or any other statistical techniques? When I ask in the question, in your side, that all silence. All are in silence. Are you in line? Number 58, Kumaran. Kumaran. No, he left. Yes. Laksha. Lakshman. Did you submit again?
Hello, sir.
Usage of accounting information or management decision making in insurance companies in Sri Lanka. Conceptual framework. Good written premium, claim reserve, debtors, investment, unearned performance. Accounting information. By that, put that company growth. Company growth is not in your topic. Accounting information for management decisioning in insurance companies. There is no company growth. Delete that. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And now I feel that a lot of students
Hello, sir.
finalize their proposal and they are ready to present. Yes, that's a very good sign. That means that before end of February, the all student will present. Now actually that there are 20-25 students presented, already presented. Therefore, I hope that there are any, next 2-3 weeks, the other balance students to submit their proposal and presenting their document before final submission. And also again I just mentioned, before those who have not submitted the document, first one is that once you finalize your document, take that appointment from the embassy office saying that you are ready for present, because otherwise that all students will come and present at the next week. We cannot give you a time for all students. We can take only maximum of 10 presentations per day. Therefore, once you finish, take an appointment from the embassy office and submit to the relevant drop box. Relevant drop box means if you are going to present next week, the drop box is available for please submit your document, the next week document, particular week document. If you are going to present after the next week, that means 12th, 19th, then you have to submit your document to the 19th February drop box. Then it is very easy to handle that everything, very perfect handling and efficient handling of that your presentation. And thank you very much. And also now please listen my guidelines again and again. Go to the recorded the lecture, today one and previous one, and correct your document according to, then it is very easy to get the final conclusion. Thank you very much, and we'll meet you again at the next week at the same time. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.